the pump. Always, guys, respect the pump. I respect the pump in all assets. Why? Because it's kind of like karma. You know, the power of the pump always comes back to you if you respect the pump of other people. It's crazy, but I have this belief that whatever pumps, you have to pay respect. Because otherwise, if you're like, oh my god, this scam coin is pumping again, actually you are kind of rejecting the pump from your life. Maybe it's a bit out there, you know, woo-woo, but we all gotta believe in something, and I do believe in the power of the pump. It's kind of like, you know, let the pump be with you. I went to bed yesterday. I told you guys on Twitter, good night and let the pump be with you. Okay, this is how I see. It's like this force. It's like this force that is all around us. And if you are really inviting the pump into your life, it will come.
What up, guys? How's it going? I'm coming at you with a good video today. How are we doing? Got me ready as a plaid. I got a little blue on, you know. Let's see what we can do today. Let's adjust some stuff real quick. I wasn't quite completely ready, but yeah, let's talk about some stuff. How are we doing? Let's screen. I know this is like preemptive stuff, but let's just entire screen. Let's do the window actually. Some ETH and stuff like that. Hopefully everybody's working. This thing's moving really slow, but yeah, anyways, OKX launched this article about Richard Hart. This seems very bullish to me, that all of a sudden all this chit chat has changed into a positive light on crypto, instead of him being the scammer, him rugging the OA or the Pulsechain treasury. I meant not the OA, but you know, then all of a sudden the tornado ETH gets rugged, or at least tornadoed. It's not really rugged, but you can call it what you want to call it. And you know, then OKX comes out with this article, which reads, Richard Hart's legal victory against the SEC, a landmark moment for crypto. That right there and alone is like monumental. I know it's a fork of Ethereum, things like that, but people are sleeping on Pulsechain, just for the fact that Richard Hart did beat the SEC with this. Now, Richard Hart, the founder of Hex, Pulsechain, and Pulsetech, has achieved a historic legal victory against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. A federal court dismissed all claims against Hart, citing insufficient evidence of jurisdiction, fraud, and wrongdoing. This marks the first time a layer 1 blockchain and its founder have successfully defended themselves against the SEC, setting a significant precedent for decentralized open source crypto projects. This is good for other blockchains too. So this is huge. I'm glad to see articles like this. Crypto Coffee brought this to my attention, not like in the background or anything, but I watched one of his videos and I thought I would mention it. If you haven't, go read this. It is very cool. It is Pulsechain is an Ethereum alternative. You know, there is strange bullish sentiment in this article. And since Uniswap has put our logo on, you know, their platform, all of a sudden this is huge because they delisted Hex, or at least made it to where you couldn't swap from ETH to Hex or whatever on Uniswap. But now they have the logo, so you don't have to go copy and paste things. And right now, one ETH is about 118 million Pulsechain. And with that, it's, you know, not very much slippage. I don't think I would have to come down here and look. But I'm not connected to anything. Price impact would be 2%. That's not too bad for low liquidity on the ETH side. Now, Richard could come in here on the Ethereum side and provide some LP. Who knows what's going to happen with the SAC funds or whatever in the future. No expectations. But after the tornadoed ETH got tornadoed, all of a sudden you saw this logo. All of a sudden you get supported. You get this article out, even when the 858 is left in the treasury address, you know what I mean? And it could be a mass FUD event, but then it's not. We are number 53 on the Pulsechain SAC, and I forgot to bring up a tweet. Let's do it now. We got plenty of people needing to hit their targets on the Ethereum treasury, so that's bullish. Hopefully he waits until we hit like 8K, maybe 11K. We'll get into things like that, but we've gone over this before. It's just getting more and more bullish for Pulsechain in the future, especially with bullish sentiment changing. And if we go over to x.com and we go, let's search for Chill Gates. Chill Gates, he did a tweet that was pretty cool right here. According to Pulsechain stats, last cycle, everyone claimed Richard Hart stole the ETH. That means the flush address, the million ETH, where does the ETH go meme kind of came in. Then Hex did a 10,000X. Now people are again claiming Richard stole the ETH. 10,000X loading, right? So let's just repost this. Let's put eyes on it. You know what I mean? Like, let's go raid this tweet, man, because it is... That's huge. Like, is he going to be buying up Pulsechain? Is he going to be doing everything like that? I don't know. A lot of coins on Pulsechain look like trash right now, to be honest. You know what I mean? But Pulsechain has been down. It's been flooded. It's like one event after the next event after the next event. It just seems to not be letting up. You know what I mean? So, like, are we going to be losing hope? Let's wait and see. I'm not. I know that. And believe in yourself right here is definitely not. How are we doing? Believe in yourself. I'm trying to speak a little faster for these videos because, you know, yeah, you only have so much time in a day to keep going. But anyways, yeah, it is Sunday. I think it's October 25th, 26th. My bad. I'm still stuck in Saturday, I guess. But yeah. Will Hex do another 10,000X? And if we go to Pampy.app, just putting in prices of 100, let's just put it all just in Hex, guys. Let's put like 100 million. Right? I know I'm getting all moon boy, but like Hex could do a 4,000X just off 100 million, guys. And Pulsechain and PulseX could do almost a 200X, 172X. That's with no sell pressure. So like calculate down halvesies, I guess. So it could easily do a 10, you know. So that's just to put that in perspective. Now, if we get exchange listings, things like that for Pulsechain, it'll be huge because we'll be like the second faster, cheaper Ethereum out there, and we don't even have any layer 2s or anything like that. And I think RH wouldn't have launched a chain without something under his sleeve. You know what I mean? He's got a sleeve. He's got a couple cards up his sleeve. So I think he might come out like raising that belt above his head, would come out swinging. You know what I mean? So we'll see. He might live stream again. He might not. It doesn't really matter because there's plenty of content out there of what he thinks of, but it would be nice to have an updated live stream with the community asking questions for like a good 6 hours and him just sitting there, like just the last one, you know what I mean? Until he's just on Twitter, this and that. It'd give a lot of people more beneficial, like, at easeness, I guess, so to say. So, yeah. And believe in yourself right here says, I've been shifting within my bags, working on getting dry powder. That is very good. If you have any emit token, you could just single side stake that bad boy and earn EDI and build your dry powder. You know, a lot of these LP provider like Vox and, you know, smaller dexes and yield earning tokens are smaller market cap ones underutilized. But I mean, just putting in $100, you're going to earn $100 throughout the year, or $80 in EDI. It's just, you know, whatever. I'm just saying you could scale that up. Yes, there's risk, but I think he emits at a good token price right now, and I'm way bullish on him. Although Pulsechain is risky enough for 90% of people in crypto. Well, let's go 95 because most people are noobs and don't really know what they're doing in crypto. And the Pulsechain community is highly educated. So, anyways, just keep stacking, man. I've been in Xgame right now, trying to build some more dry powder in the future, but I'm kind of waiting for launch to take some profits, see where it goes. I don't know if it'll be a sell the news event, so we'll get into that later. So let's go into the charts. Now, that wasn't bad for me, having 10 minutes to do my intro and everything like that, so we can go into this and go into Pulsechain. And yeah, I know you guys are here for the charts, right? You guys like my charts? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share this out. I tried to stream this on Telegram too. I don't know if it was going to work or not, so I just ended it on Telegram. So I'll just share this on YouTube, like the YouTube link afterwards. I am on Rumble, so if you're on Rumble, you can go over to YouTube, hit subscribe, whatever. I might be streaming to locals very soon. I'm trying to hit other social media platforms for Pulsechain at least once a week. I could put in some work. I know I'm not the best marketer, but I'm an average Joe people can relate to. And yes, I've made a token and stuff like that. I don't really promote people to buy it because it's a meme token. I gave out plenty of the supply, stuff like that. But yeah, it is what it is. So let's go into Bitcoin, guys. How we doing? Staying warm out there. Keep your flannels on. Finally wearing my Hex hat today. I thought blue was a nice color for the stream, although green's back here. You know, at least it's not a red day. We'll get more into that later. But yeah, Bitcoin looks like it's coming back up. It's hitting the midline of this parallel channel. Right? It's just parallel channel. It's kind of hitting the midline right there. So I think we could probably see a little cool off maybe. This is very short term, within a couple of days or whatever, because we're on the daily right here. But I do believe in the next week we'll probably be back up here because there'll be some bullish news coming out. It is the end of October. Halloween's coming up. I think Bitcoin's birthday is coming up on Halloween. I think it's on the 31st he released it. But anyways, yeah, we'll see there. And other than that, just yeah, let me see if I could start this stream again over here. Start Brad, continue. Let's see if it comes in. I don't know what's going on, but anyways, yeah, it's not going to work. Yeah, for some reason I can't do it on Telegram. I wanted to try to stream it on Telegram, but yeah. Anyways, back to the midline here. So I think a couple days we could have a little pullback. They'll try to scare you again. We had that mass liquidation event. I kind of see the tippity top right here, kind of like a fake out kind of thing, because I think this whole thing was done by leverage just to shake people out or try to make a new all-time high, trying to tell people let's go, and then all of a sudden somebody texted Trump, you're gonna have to come out with some news so we can kind of crash the leverage and things like that. So I think Trump came out and said we're going to tariff Canada, a whole bunch of BS, the flip-floppy, let's make a deal kind of guy, and caused all this liquidation stuff because everybody was 50x leverage, whatever. You know the drill. But anyways, I still think that we're building some momentum here. I would have to look at the RSI, which let's look at the RSI real quick. Yeah, it's kind of midline, so we can kind of chill off for a day and maybe not. Maybe we'll shoot back up, but we are above the yellow line on RSI, so that's good. So yeah, we could have a little sideways up on Bitcoin in a couple of days. And I still think we are breaking out to the upside. And if this is short term, like within the, like next month or two, we could probably maybe just, go up to 140, by the end of the year. And we'll just probably keep continuing depending on bigger time frames and bigger patterns and whatnot. You know what I mean? So I still think we could keep going. This inverse head and shoulders kind of played out, but it hasn't yet. So I forgot about that head and shoulders thing. So let's do this. And at the neckline, we still need to get up to 150K. But I think it's kind of null and void because we kind of went up here and retested, and we're just been sitting here retesting that, and people are just getting impatient. So we'll see. It would have to go, but that still needs to play out too. So that's Bitcoin. This next November could be a bullish month for Bitcoin. I think so. In December. So yeah. Let's go to Ethereum. I don't think we're going to go below 100K. And if we do, it's probably going to be the last buy of a lifetime. Otherwise, it's the end of the bull market for Bitcoin. So anyways, Ethereum got way more upside to me. So we're still above this yellow line, which we have to stay above. I mean, like at least on the weekly. Like dailies, we've had a few closes below it and opens, but on the weekly, we have to we've stayed above it. So we definitely need to stay above it on the weekly, no matter what. Otherwise, I think there could be a week that's faked out or whatever. But if you take this line, all right, this is where I took the line from the top to the bottom. It kind of gives you a good time range of when this can happen from the retest. All right, it should say by the first or second of March in next year that we should hit up to about $7,000. So with Cairo and Real Vision, Raoul Pal and stuff like this, and long dated cycles, this and that, could very well be. And if we move this high this fast, this is a theory, Pulsechain could start moving in March, you know what I mean? But Pulsechain's having an update today, so it could start moving this year. Who knows? Because RH is only concerned about our season, not alt season. You know what I mean? So I think he wants to stand out in the crowd. He might do it. I think this is the 6th year birthday of Hex. And I think that's December 2nd. And I think he wants to make millionaires still. So we'll see where that happens. But with ETH and these ETH treasuries, FG Nexus hasn't even started to accumulate, things like that. And we talked about gold leading the way. Let me show you guys that. Gold's leading the way on this chart. So we are a little bit of the ways. And then the M2 and everything catching up to Bitcoin's going to catch up to M2 and everything else is going to follow after that. I don't think there's going to be too much of a rotation from Bitcoin to ETH because I think these treasury companies are doing that in a sense. So they're going to be like the levers of the Fed for crypto, these treasury companies, and they're just going to be the leverage, because the Fed could go buy those treasury companies directly if they needed to bail them out. I don't know if there's further laws on that, but I'm speculating on that. And then, they're going to try to make it in the future to where the Fed can instantaneously be buying cryptocurrencies directly on chain in the future. I think it might be 5 years, it might be 10 years, but the Fed can invest give the money to the banks. These banks could give it to these treasuries, and it just explodes from there. And we know that these interest rates are coming down, and people refinance their debt. The bond yields is going down, so people are going to be looking for more risk, more everything. And the S&P definitely does not need to be coming down, because if that starts crashing, all this, like, we're going up. Because I know this is a lot of information at once, but like, we could print $38 trillion in the US over the course of the next 50 years and still be sustainable. Yes, prices will hike. Yes, asset prices will hike, but wages will have to keep up with it. But we can keep going up in the S&P. So if you think about that, and over even the next 20 years, 30 years, you could print $38 trillion worth of debt, like, they're going to keep printing no matter what. And they're just kind of cause FUD event, scare event, no matter what, 80% down, 90% downs everywhere, even in stocks, whatever, just try to scare you out of the market. That's why Richard always said, time in the market, instead of just try to timing the market. But anyways, and if we go over to Xgame, X.com, let's go here, X.com, and our Richard, I can show you that, Richard Hart. I think he has a tweet. It's probably ways down here, but he has a bubble, guys. He definitely has a bubble where I think, kind of tells us where he wants to start selling. Let's just go to my profile. I think I tweeted it a long time ago. I don't know. I'm probably just wasting stream time right now, but yeah, it shows like $8,000, somewhere right around there. Where Richard, yeah, I'm just wasting my time. Anyways, ETH looks like it's a beautiful retest right there. So next week, I think we're going to see up. We're definitely seeing like kind of a flag formation. You know what I mean? So there's that, guys. Like, if I wanted to go put in a parallel channel right here to here and just go straight down, I would classify, let's go right there and pull it down to these two. And then this is major short term. Like, in the next, if we hit this next 2 weeks, the top of this at 4,600, we would probably be around all-time high in the next 2 weeks. That would be the middle of November. And if we did a line like that, and we just kept following this line up, let's say we break out right there, we hit 5,600 by December, whatever, you know what I mean? That's short term. December's very short term. So that's my projections on ETH. Now, the talk of the town on, I think gold's pulled back. Let's look at gold real quick before we move to Pulsechain and what's going on. All right. Let's look at gold. Ooh, nice little pullback, which is good. I think we had a 10% pullback pretty much, as long as we stay above 3,500. I think I calculated last time on gold. It's like at 3,500 ish. Yeah. As long as we stay above that line, could keep moving up until December. Who knows? We'll see. But those are weekly candles, so I still think we need some choppity chop sideways. And if we stay above $4,000 and build that support, it's going to keep continuing to go up with gold. Now silver. I know you guys like my TA. So silver is the same thing. I still think it needs to come down to like 45, maybe a little further. But it still needs, to stay above this line right here. All right. the worst case scenario. But to build this cup and handle, I really think it needs to, like worst case scenario, it dropped down 30% to $37, right here. Let's just call it right here. And as long as it stays like the worst case scenario in this range area, it'll build that bigger cup and handle to keep moving up towards $70, $80, whatever. And then if we go to gold, BTC, I'm getting faster and better with this. You notice with this head and shoulders, it is coming up to retest the bottom of this line. So, all right. Head and shoulders is right here. I don't know why I have to redo this every time, but you get the gist. I'm doing this fast enough, but it is coming up to retest this. So we'll see if gold keeps going and Bitcoin keeps going up even more, or keeps up with it. This pattern will be null and void, and that would have been the dip to rotate your gold into Bitcoin, and this will just keep going up. All right, that is just the rough. You guys can figure it out, but yeah, it is definitely worth the trade. I think to be swapping some gold into Bitcoin, maybe 10% if you got like a little bit, but I don't know why I'm doing that. Let's draw from the head down to the neckline, and I don't think we're ever going to go back down to 10-1. So, let's look at the Bitcoin dominance real quick. BTCD. It is retesting. I looked at it yesterday. I haven't looked in this on our TAs in so long. It's been kind of funny. But actually, let's do a parallel channel for you guys because it's better this way. Easier TA for me. All right, guys. Parallel channel. We are retesting that parallel channel. Let's bring it up and just, yeah. So the midline right here is what I'm kind of like TAing right here. And I got that because if you go a little slower or shorter right here, you get the gist, right? And then I think we hit that target, which we did on the Bitcoin dominance. Oh, not quite. Kind of front ran it. And then that's the baby bear on the dominance, and the bull bear on the bull is, let's go right here. Oh, wrong one. Damn it. So I think the dominance could be going down to 52. Who knows? This cycle, that's what I'm seeing with the dominance. I think it's going to go down once ETH goes up, and because everybody's in the ETH and stable coins and this and that. And once the market structure bill comes out, it's just going to let loose the gates and bring back most of the volume, dampen the volatility a little bit because government shutdowns gone. I know it doesn't really affect too much, but it does. So that's my targets for the dominance. And if we shorten this to that, I know this is all rough, guys. It's not accurate, but at least 56. And I think if we followed this line right here, because this is on the weekly, could kind of give us a time frame of when it breaks down into maybe February of next year. All right. So there's that. All right. And then once we go back to BTCE, let's just go to that real quick. ETH BTC. It is starting to, it's creating another higher high. It's actually looking really good. All right, guys. Now this would be a huge, everybody, it's looking really good. It's building support right here. We kind of figured it would. It could be until the end of the year on this. Like, I would like to see a little pop until the end of the year on that. I kind of somewhat expect it somewhat. So that's on that. And if that happened, we're going to be going up into the 0.5s range, right around in here of Ethereum to BTC. That's just my visual perspective on this. All right, guys. But ETH to gold. I know I got to run through a bunch of stuff now. I need ETH to gold. We got to invert this chart. Invert. We're already, let's logarithmic this and then come over here and so we're still building a nice little shoulder. I think it's going to take a couple weeks for this to break out, especially if ETH doesn't keep up with gold in a sense, but we are hitting this resistance right here. So yeah, and it's a pretty strong area. But I think once we break out of that, it's going to be off to the races. Because if we just use parallel channel, let's just go down. Let's be conservative, guys. Say that was a little fake out, and so is that. You know what I mean? I'm trying to look at a ratio between gold and ETH because RH kind of got me on this train by him tweeting it because he's looking at this ratio, okay? He's probably looking at other ratios people aren't even really thinking about looking at, like wrap pulse to gold or whatever. You know what I mean? But at least I could go down the liquidity pair aspects and know where this market's going to move on a bigger macro trend to where Pulsechain can just explode and meet the ratios that it needs to meet in the future. So, I mean, I really think 10 million Pulse should be equal to 1 ETH, not 117 million Pulse to 1 ETH. Like, that's just a 10x right there. Like, a little bit more than a 10x. I really think, you know what I mean? And if it stayed there for the rest of its life at a floor, fine. Pulsechain is still successful at that point. Like, Pulsechain doesn't have any layer 2s or all that BS built on top of like ETH has, but ETH is the global financial machine for the future, and BlackRock and everything, stable coins. But yeah, I keep going on rants, guys. Keep going on rants. But I'm hoping that the ratio would follow something like this, all right? And it go up to, I would really like it to go up to like, that looks like a huge bull flag, but I would really like it to go up to like, wait, yeah, you want this down because ETH gets stronger. So I thought I was looking at it backwards. So you want this to go down like that. It's bouncing off right here, like come down. You really want this bad boy to go to like 1-to-1 with, I think it's kind of around 1-to-1 right now with gold. So you want this to go to 2-to-1 or possibly 4-to-1, and if you invert this again, see, I got on a rampage. Yeah. If you invert that, there we go. If you invert this, Ethereum would be gaining against Pax Gold. So yeah, I mean, we need to hit that 4-to-1 again. We were up there before, and now I think we do, because technically, if Bitcoin's the digital gold, like I really think Ethereum kind of could be, because Bitcoin's a cap supply, man. That's like land on Earth. You know what I mean? We only have so much land. Yeah, you can manufacture land, whatever the hell, but like Ethereum has its own mining, its own validators. You can mine the fees, everything like that. Ethereum should be the gold, I think, in a sense like that, thinking wise. You know what I mean? Because you could gain yield, just like bonds or whatever. You could gain yield by, mining gold. You could always mine more gold out of the ground. Just depends on how hard it is to get there. So, I know it's proof of stake or whatever, but I still think we should be around 2 to 5 to 1 with gold. You know what I mean? So we'll see where that comes. So, anyways, the best thing on Pulsechain right now is Xgame.io. It is about to launch. I believe it will launch tomorrow, 12 p.m. PST on the 27th of October, Monday, 2025. Xgame.io is launching. Let's play this little video. It is launching on Pulsechain, Base, and BNB. This is really cool. Right now, I went to the SolidX chat, went on the thing, and it just shows me up with the error when I tried to sign in. So I think they're getting ready for something for launch tomorrow. So this is huge. I think everybody should be at least a little bit into Xgame, but there is a plan about this. All right. So I wanted to show you guys a couple of places. You could be an affiliate up here, which I may become, I may not. I don't know. I am kind of promoting it, but not. I'm promoting it. But, it's one of the real world assets on Pulsechain, which I think will be good. It is casino, play at your own risk, stuff like that. But you get the point. Countdown has started. The chart's doing good, but a couple places you can put your Xgame if you want. You could put it over on emit, and you could earn. I think it's a little less than this now because there's only 30. I think you could earn a little bit of yield over there. This is when it first started. Emit farm.farm or farm.emit. Yeah. Emit.farm. Yeah, it's right here, guys. My bad. But that's what happens when I try to go too fast. But yeah, new farm. It's under the solid index category. You could, I don't know, just put your, if you want to accumulate more as it comes down after launch or whatever, because it could be a buy, like pump the launch, sell the launch kind of news event. But he also kind of said that he's going to try to keep it in the rankings for over a week, because it's going to be on BNB and everything. He wants users to use this game. So I think it's going to be huge. And we'll look at right now. It is at almost 4 cent, 0.0479. So it's almost at 5 cents. It looks like people are starting to take a little bit of profits and whatnot, which is cool. And other than that, that's cool. And if you go over to the first page deck screener, I think you can see Xgame as number 9 in the world on deck screener. So that is huge. That'd be cool if we got up to number 1, guys. I mean, like if it's based on volume, I don't know if we can get there, but there's $2 million worth of volume on that pair, and it helps pump tires, and it helps burn wrap pulse, helps pump Pulsex because the buy and burn, things like that. But yeah, you have the launch, and then you can go over to Hocus Pocus Homie Farms. You have 2 farms over here. I know they're lower APRs or whatever, but this farm, I don't even think Randy Hilarski's really promoted this. If you just wanted to wait, and you can make, there's not very much liquidity over here. Throw $20 in it, single-sided staking. You can earn some that and earn some rewards with that, and then put it over here if you want to add liquidity. That is all up to you guys, but that is 2 places you guys can put it. This one's pretty much impermanent loss risk free. You're going to yield on yield, but I would wait if you're going to earn on those, I would wait until the chart comes back down a little bit. You know, after this launch, see what happens. Who knows? You could just want to get in there and get some yield anyway. So that is that. All right. You could earn Xgame. You can earn all that stuff. And speaking of Xgame, I think I got a video over here. I got a shorty right here. And I think this is an older video, but it kind of gives you the point. That's a little preview of what it is. The branding on that video is older, I believe, but it's still a video. All right, let's do some TA on Pulsechain. Let's come back to Xgame in a little bit. It is doing pretty good. The tweet that Firewall put in there happened right around here, and if you would have got in there, you're making pretty good money. If B-Roots and stuff comes in and starts shilling Xgame to people, I think B-Roots is in with this too. I think all of Pulsechain is pretty much behind it. So the only person that need to get behind this after launch, I think, is RH. Once he tweets something about it, like he's tweeted about internet money kind of thing, you know, it'll be cool. Real world assets launches tomorrow, so I think there could be a nice little pump into the launch. And after that, we'll see what happens. It could just keep going up from there. I don't know. It is pretty cool. It is down to a $16 million market cap. It has half of its tokens burnt. So it only has 500 million tokens now, I believe. So, yeah, pretty dang bullish to me with that, with a real world asset. But let's go to Pulse, man. Let's go to Pulsechain. Let's do the wrap Bitcoin to Pulse ratio. See where we're at. Oh, look, guys. It looks like it's about ready to break down of the parallel channel. So that's pretty cool. I think we're going to break down. We got to be coming back down there. So if we do that, right? If we do the parallel channel, let's change the setting not to extend that. I mean, I don't know, 2 billion to 1 Bitcoin. That'd be kind of cool. Like, man, that would be huge, especially if Bitcoin stayed where it's at. We'll see if it's just a retest or not, but, you know, what can we do? Let's go to wrap Pulse regular. I think we are looking pretty good for a bounce right here. We had a good point. Let's zoom this out a little bit for you guys. Hide sidebar. And then hide this. All right. So let's zoom out so you guys can see the whole chart. So we're kind of down here. We kind of got some good curvature going on here. We're not going sideways-ish or whatever, but had some nice accumulation down here in the bottom area, which is good. I know I've accumulated some, and look what's happening, guys. This parallel channel. What is that? Is that a breakout? I mean, the next short-term target within the next week or two would be up at 404 because we're on the daily here. And that would be, let's just call it Halloween. You know what I mean? If we're up there by Halloween, that will be cool. By the end of, like, first week in November, let's call it the 8th, 7th, or 8th. If we're up here at half stack price, that would be even more bullish. And then we just start gaining more momentum. You know what I mean? That, let's just call it the middle of November. We're up there at half stack price. That would be huge because it would give us a little sideways action right here. It'd kind of sneak up on everybody. You know what I mean? Because we don't want all those huge bullish candles although Richard may want to. Who knows? I don't know if he's going to come in here with the ETH or not. But if we look at the RSI, it showed you that bullish divergence a couple weeks ago, right, guys? So that's inbound. So if this cools off and the RSI stays above this trend line or starts to curve up, which would be good, it would retest off the midline of the RSI right here at least, and that would be going sideways-ish. You know what I mean? Just trying to visualize it for you guys, and then it would be, both trends would be up. I don't want to see this pump up too fast, too quick, but back then we could, and we did. Like from here to there, you know, give people quick exits, stuff like that. But I think if we cool our jets and say we get there, I mean, that would look reasonable to me. Like this come down here and then we start curving up by the end of the year, and you know what I mean? Or maybe that would be the year right here. Let's put this line right here. 1st of January, all right? And then right here. Gosh, I got to redo this. Just trying to be realistic, guys. So let's see if it comes to fruition. You know what I mean? This line, let's say end of November, would put us out in a breakout. Let's just call it 25th of November. That would give us a breakout on top of this bigger parallel channel. That would be kind of cool, guys. Like, you know, and then, you know, that would be the step ups, and then we would be up here, maybe even harder. And then if you even want to all right, guys, and put this bad boy up here, and then clone this bad boy again. Oh, wait. Didn't want to copy it, clone it. Targets, you know what I mean? So that kind of gives you a visual of a parabolic curve where we could be going. I don't know. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm just trying to stay bullish, be bullish, because I am more bullish when that ETH is gone. But yeah, who knows? Who cares? I hope we got all you guys out. But it seems to me like he's doing stuff in the background nobody wants to know about, because I don't know, guys. Let's look at Pulsex. See where we're at. Pulsex is holding up even stronger. It broke out. It's going sideways-ish. If we look at the wrap pulse ratio, it is looking like it's trying to retest this line again. This line looks very fluent. So it looks like it's wanting to just keep trending down in a triangle. It seems, I've been looking at these ratios like Hex to Pulsex, stuff like that. It seems like somebody's selling their Pulsex into Hex, or I mean their Hex into Pulsex, and then going from Hex to Wrap Pulse, and then a Wrap Pulse to whatever, but then he goes back to Hex. It's just like a game. Because these bottoms correlate to other tops and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird liquidity game right now. So it could be the AMM, who knows? But yeah, it seems like we're holding this line, but has this big old top right here. And if we build right here, holds. Otherwise, we're going to come down here and we're going to meet that target of that triangle that I put in there a long time ago. But the bullish case is this ratio goes back up here. If he starts doing updates to Pulsex, stuff like that, like different farms, like for PTGC or other tokens like Xgame or things like that. I don't know. I'm just speculating. RH has plenty to do, like dates with V3 or I don't know, cheaper. Who knows? It could go up there, but right now, you know, they gave you a chance to get out 1-to-1, and now it's just been kind of trending down ever since. So back to the USD chart. USD chart could go up regardless of where the ratio goes. So I still think it's going to be coming up here to 403, and it'd probably be trending down a little bit from there unless RH comes in and does something. But is he? We have a 12% day, and we do have that parallel channel. So if you look at the Pulsex seems to be moving harder than Pulse, but Hex might have moved harder than Pulse earlier on the day. And when we go to Hex, let's find out. Hex looks pretty dang good. Like, there's our wedge. Looks like we're going to be headed back up to a little over paying a tenth. Yeah, looks like it retested. Now it's bouncing off of that. And if we look at the rat pulse ratio there, maybe I'm getting some glitches with my internet. I don't know, but I still think this bad boy I think maybe even 1,000 perhaps. Heck, 1,000 pulse to 1x or something like that. That would just be amazing. But yeah, if we went, up here, I don't know. I really don't see it crashing down too much because it's built a floor right here, way too good. Something catastrophic would have to happen, like with Hex or something, or the market. I don't know, but that looks like a pretty damn good floor for the ratio that it needs to step up again. And if it stepped up just like this one last time, if it rhymed, it would be up near 500 to 1. All right. Let's go to ink. Well, let's do the Hex to, yeah, I already did that. Let's go to ink. Ink's kind of got it smashed down. It looks like it's retesting the bottom of this white line. Let's get rid of my parallel box. It was in that forever. It has failed to create my wedge. So let's delete that. And hopefully, let's see if regains to create a floor here. 90 cents at all. Since it's failed to keep that level, I'm just going to hang it on there and right there, and then let's extend to the right. We are above it actually, which is good, but that's good. See, I need accurate lines, guys, accurate lines. But if we went more towards that line, we're kind of retesting the bottom of it, because if you don't count those wicks right here, you kind of retesting the top. I see it. I hope you guys do too. But the bottom of the wick is kind of more bullish, right? Yeah, kind of more bullish. We'll see. There's the lines. Let's just draw another line and do that spider line thing on top of this and come up here. All right. So there's the area. All right, guys, that we're kind of stuck in on ink. I think it's going to move sideways a little bit and hopefully stay in between these two lines. If it doesn't and it just keeps moving sideways until the next of the year, I don't know. Hopefully it comes back up here, retest this, and we'll see what kind of patterns it's trying to make in the future. But right now, Believe in Yourself says, I woke up early, was present for all the Adam Stokes show. He was predicting that BTC would rise with this rant, and it did. Was he having somebody buy it in the background, or was he just lifting the liquidity like magic? Adam Stokes is Adam Stokes, man. This whole market's built on influencers, apparently. Like, you gotta listen to the influencers, man. Gotta listen to them. Like, I just put a little bit of money on, like, not very much money at all, like, on a few other chains, new money, because, I have enough in Pulsechain. Like, I'm good. I need to get my money back on other chains. I know I'm a sellout, but I'm 95% in Pulsechain anyways for now. But now I'm like on Solana, I'm on Base, and I'm on Sonic. I knew I was on Sonic before, but I only had like a couple $100 on each of those. But I had some ETH, and I'm like, well, what should I do? So I put my ETH over to Base, and I did this and that. So I'm making a few plays. You know what I mean? We'll see. But I'm trying to find like the meme coins or the good coins on other chains to see if I can grow my bags over there. And I'm not going to watch them as hard as I watch Pulsechain at all. I'm a Pulsechain dude, but like, you need hedges, man. You really need hedges. And I'm trying to be more focused on that. Like, I have some stocks or whatever now too, It's not very much. It's on Robinhood, like whatever. That's where I got my ETH and I transferred through. Robinhood's pretty cool to get on chain. But if Pulsechain was on Robinhood, it'd be even cooler, guys. Like, you know what I mean? I would love it if Pulsechain was on Robinhood. But yeah. Robinhood has less coins on there, more like researched, more legitimate, I guess, bigger market cap, whatever. But anyways, I don't know why this is on that. This is a base coin, but yeah. So let's go to UPulse and VPulse. Let's go to Vouch. It seems to be doing an amazing day today. Look at that. 20%. Looks like it's curving out and up. Yeah, so Vouch is a good token. You can get, it's like a liquid staking protocol for Pulsechain. You just own the token. It has a buyback function or something like that. So it just keeps pumping the token, which is cool. Solid X is down. Solid X is using Solid X to pump Xgame right now. So this could very likely go to $1 short term. Like, if tomorrow he goes down even more, we'll see. I did see in the chat from Markable or whatever, it's all public knowledge that X or Solid X to $1. I didn't believe it right away, but then once I saw all this, I'm like, yeah, it's probably more likely. So we'll see. But that means Xgame is going to pump even harder, and Solid X, you're going to get a good buy area, a very good buy area for Solid X, because it's going to come in and staking's coming in later on in the year. So yeah, just be on the watch out for that. So I'm not really doing TA on Solid X all that much. So let's go back to Vouch, actually do some TA on it. I don't have any of this. I was looking for a down, like this level for it to hit, and it quite hasn't hit that level. So let's look at the pulse ratio. Wow. Looks like it's just going to keep going up at this level, huh, guys? It hit 1-to-1 on the pulse, and now it's going to go up to 2 and then 3. All right, well, kind of hard to do anything with this token unless you do a fib, huh? So short term 2-to-1 on the pulse ratio. More long term, maybe 3-to-1. Takes some time to get there, but yeah, looking pretty good. Let's look on this. Let's put a fib. On the USD chart, it looks like it's hitting that fib. So it could have another flag area right here to have get another accumulation. And I'm really hoping it hits that blue line. But I know it's a tax token, so I'm going to wait a little longer on vouch. But yeah, but if Pulsechain is going, so will this thing. So it's still a good token to get into. So just DCA. I would have loved to have it stream, and it was right here. I would have been like, I should have threw $100 in it. I don't know, whatever. Nope is kind of sort of building a floor, trying to. I don't know. It's still going down. Yep is just collapsing. It looks like it's up 0 and it's down 4%, whatever. It looks like it's building a floor. I got the supply is good. Everything's good. So I think people are just getting out of airdrops finally after all the DAT farms went away and stuff. So it's just Solid X is dragging it down too. Thought about buying that LP back, but I'm like, screw it, just leave it there. I don't know. I thought of many things with Yep, but there's so much tokens given away. It's like you can only put so much effort into this chart without losing too much money. So until the market turns around, so we'll see. We'll see with Yep. I still think it's a good time. I want to see this build a floor, man. Like, I know it's highly volatile, things like that, but yeah, that's the pull. Like, I don't know, like we put in a new lower. It's not like the lowest we've gone, because we've gone to like 46 or something down here on the old chart with 9-inch, but that liquidity's gone now. So it's just on Pulsechain or Pulsex. I meant this is burnt. Everything's good. Yeah. Trying to protect users, burn it. At least there's LP here for such a small market cap token. Like if we're back up here, we're at like 50K market cap. If we're down here, we're at like 15. You know, I think we're at 17 right now. Let's look. Yeah, we're at 17K market cap with 2K liquidity. So yeah. What was strange though today is this was up like 3 or 4%, and then Solid X dumped 20%, and then this just like didn't go down as hard. So if we go to the, I'm gonna dive in and show you some analysis on my part. Let's look at the ratio between Solid X and Yep, and it just skyrocketed, guys. So, I mean, if you held your Yep, you could just get more Solid X. So, yeah, it's just skyrocketing right now. And if Solid X goes to $1, this is going to go up here even more. And it is it's going parabolic on the ratio right now. So, and then Yep to Nope. I know this is even, I haven't looked at this forever, but today it moved. So we got to invert it, because Yep will be getting stronger. So Yep to Nope is coming back down. So it looks like people are selling a Nope, or the Yep for Nope, or whatever, or somebody's market making it in the background. There are market makers. Yeah. It looks like an M could be coming back down, but that kind of surprises me. But Nope going back up and Yep coming down along with Solid X and stuff kind of shows me that Nope's probably going to kind of hold the chart up. I don't know. We'll see. That does look toppy though, but it is a wedge or a backwards triangle, whatever you want to call it. Tells me a lot. Let's go right here, and then to right here. So usually ascending-ish, it's a wedge. It's a ascending triangle, but yeah. We'll see with that. Yep, is still a good buy zone. This is a good buy zone for, yep. If you had any pulse or whatever, emit seems like it's doing a nice little bounce today, which is good. 30K liquidity for 100K market cap token. I think that is way too much wrap pulse liquidity for such a low market cap token, so it's not going to pump as hard, but each your own. I don't know. There are farms for it, so I don't know, but when pulse goes, it's going to take this with it, so it might keep the ratio very well. And if you look at the ratio with emit to wrap pulse, like, it's giving you a nice opportunity. Came all the way back down to here, but it looks like it's just crashing right now. People are going into their pulse or trying to get as much pulse as possible. I don't know. This chain is really weird right now, especially with the Xgame launch and stuff like that. But yeah, island token, function island tokens looking to the upside. I think they burnt like a third of their tokens. 200,000 tokens right here. We'll see what happens. I think they got a new UI coming out, something like that, which is good. 2fucks up 16% today. It just needs to go and go and go to catch up. Other than that, that's like the only things I would look at on Pulsechain. Like, let's look at PTGC. See what it's doing. It's up 9%. Let's look at the ratio with Pulse. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. These are the charts I look at, man. Because if you're trying to build your Pulse bags, you build your Pulse bags. But it's still crashing. So you can make more dollars than Pulse. PTGC, let's look at UFO. Doing the same thing. Yeah. Doing the same thing, guys. Ouch. That just looks like it's going to go down to here. It really does. So let's go to Xgame, guys. That's the coolest thing on Pulsechain right now. Real world asset. Let's do some TA. Let's see where we're at. If you guys would have got in down here, you guys would have been at a what? A 30x, something like that, 34x. But right now, it is going to launch. And if we do a little, let's do a parallel channel. Because it looks like it's trying to parallel channel this, right? Yeah. Look at that. Nice little parallel channel. As long as we stay above this midline, which I think we will, it's gonna at least go up to 7 cents. Very well could be. Yeah. So that would tell me SolidX is going to go down more unless there's funds elsewhere to push this up or whatnot. But this is short term. In the next week or two, I would be like getting in this at risk at your own reward, whatever. I was like, be cautious, but like, yeah, launch tomorrow. It could be hitting it big, and in the next like couple weeks, go back into SolidX because at least the next week. He could flip it over to SolidX tomorrow for all I know. I mean, launch, he could just pump this to the moon for a couple days and then just rotate really and just bring it off the floor. And then when you go to SolidX, this could, like last time he kind of rotated, it did like in one click, guys. It went from 4-to-1. This is Pulsechain ratio to 7-to-1, and then it went back. He was giving people time to get in, stuff like that. So he's giving people a good opportunity to buy, because once the SolidX staking comes in, you're going to be able to get a percentage of the profits from these games, real world asset games, and X Games just the first, guys. He's going to have other games come out underneath the SolidX banner, and you're going to be able to get a cut of the profits and stuff like that. So just trust the process of what he's doing. I know it's a little unorthodox, pisses people off sometimes while you're getting Porter over here and Richard over here. I don't know. I kind of played the game. I have a little bit of SolidX right now, but I'm kind of rotated most of it into this because I have smaller bags of SolidX, unlike other people. And, I could already get a couple hundred more SolidX from what I've rotated into it. So maybe I'm doing it right. Maybe I'll lose it all. Who knows? But I still have plenty of Pulse and stuff like that. So, this is the best play. I'm looking for a good target of 10%, 10 cents on this. Just start with tomorrow. I'm hoping, but we'll see. We shall see. Yeah. We shall see, guys. Anyway, all I got for today. Quick degen moment. All I got. Dark matter coming up here in a few days, I think, too. The lottery. Let's look at dark matter real quick before I go, actually. Let's give a shout out to Pulse Ray. Let's look at dark. I think it's down there in the dumps with SolidX right now. It's down today. Yeah. Looking for the right one, guys. Just bear with me. Probably got to go to Getco terminal. All right, guys. Let's type it in again. Get the contract address and go to Gecko Terminal. There we go. 237. So yeah, we're down a little bit. Still trying to build a floor around here, so that's a good thing. Other than that, yeah, that's all I got, guys. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Please like, subscribe. Thank you, Moonbutt. I appreciate you too. I'm glad you guys watch. Especially believe in yourself and Moonbutt to come back every time. I might come up with a way in the future, guys. I've been thinking about is a like if you have any airdropped YEP or whatever, maybe you guys can get like a half hour with me or whatever if you just send it to the yeponpulse.pulse address, the deployer address. I just want to take supply off the market and just keep it there. I realized I screwed up, and I've learned a lot from that, and I've learned a lot of crypto from it. And I know how I'd launch a token again if I ever did, but I don't think I will. Yeah, other than that, I've been trying to come up with something on that. I wanted to tell you guys or something like that. Maybe I should like come up with like, you guys can have a half hour with me, depending on how much yep you send back to the deployer address. I would like to get that thing up to like 50% maybe. I know I have close to 400 million yep already, so who knows, guys? It's, you know. And if you guys do go to yeponpulse.com, you guys can email me, and let me just go to that. I'll show you guys again. You guys can go over to Brightlight's expertise. You guys can email me if you want to learn more about this, basic way to onboard, everything about Hex. I'm probably going to take this section out, the hex.com, and probably add like, a basic consult on crypto and stuff. But you guys can schedule that right there, and maybe that's the way I'll incorporate Yep token or whatever on how to get paid. I've been thinking about that. And just, I want to help onboards on Pulsechain, or people asking questions on Pulsechain. And that's why I got all these links here. I want to help them out. And I got to give some more utility to Yep. So, yeah, I mean, that would be kind of cool. I have my webpage here. I haven't made anything from it. All I've done is just give to the community and teach and do this kind-hearted whatever. But yeah, maybe I should set up a different address to where you guys can pay me at with only the Yep token. But if you're a newbie, I'm gonna have to figure out something else. So I don't know. That's kind of what I'm thinking of with my page. I know my been thinking like my domain and stuff is kind of just tied to like Yep on Pulse. Like I probably should have named it something Bright Lights, but I'm gonna stick with it. It's not very good for SEO and stuff like that, but Yep on Pulse kind of just, we're bullish on Pulse, guys. Like, we're the bulls. I know the chart doesn't look like it, but I think like maybe liquidity could get added to it later on when ratio or the supply control is there. Yeah, or maybe things like that. Like we're watching on Rumble, we're on X, we're on YouTube. I tried to do Telegram, but Believe in Yourself says, if you are looking for something different in about an hour and 15 minutes, the Dead Doge Garage YouTube channel usually does a live stream answering Mopar related questions, maybe playing a tune. Dodge questions. So I do know how to work on cards and stuff like that. That is like a past life of mine. But when I do, my back just kills me. Like, I know quite a bit about engines and stuff like that. I got a 88 Jeep Comanche that I need to repaint. I need to rebuild the engine and stuff like that. It's got like 270,000 miles on it, literally. Original miles, stuff like that. It needs new leaf strings, new shocks, paint job. I just want to like give a primer red kind of color to it because it's already red. But it's, maybe I should show you guys. It's like a rust bucket right now, but maybe one day on stream I'll show you guys. But yeah, I think it would be cool. It's got a 7-foot bed. It's only the 2-seater. Needs new floor pans. Like I know what I would do with my Pulsechain games, guys. Like, and That's one of them. I would probably pay off the house too. I'd probably hopefully send a kid to college. Although these days you really don't need it. You can just learn from AI. I don't know, but yeah, it's. I'll definitely check that channel out. I do like Mighty Car Mods too. That's a good YouTube channel. I like. I used to be all into imports. Like my favorite import car is a Mitsubishi Evo. I would love to like soup up one of those, like, and just go track racing because it's all-wheel drive and it's just it'll keep up with the Skyline. I think, although the Skyline's got the R34, things like that. But I'm an Evo guy, man. It's shorter wheelbase. It's easier to go around corners. Yeah, it could probably flip a little bit better because shorter wheelbase. It's a little thinner, but the Skyline, a little longer. It's more rural drive. Depending on if you get the all-wheel drive front and back regulator thing to make it more front-wheel drive than rear-wheel drive when it comes to the Skyline. It step by step by step. Mighty Car Mods is awesome. Evo R5 RS has that look I love. Yeah, Evo 5. I haven't looked at any of the newer ones lately, like the 2024s or 25s, but man, I really like the 2020s, 2021s. I think those might be 5. I haven't looked at that stuff in so long. It's just been so out of touch, but maybe I should get back into it and start listening to. I've been watching. I used to watch Mighty Car Mods like religiously. Every episode, everything, when they had like less than 10,000 subs, man. And now they're over millions. Like, I watched them for years, but the past couple of years, I just haven't been watching them. I've been more into crypto and trying to master that game. Maybe I should just be mastering my card game again. But yeah, Jamie is good vibe. Evo 5 is from the mid 90s. Oh yeah, they're up to like Evo 10 or something like that. See, I only know as much as I don't know the models of the Evos, but I know about the R34 is the Skyline, and then I forget the model number of the engine. But yeah, I like the Evo. It's pretty cool. I think they would look sick with like a wide body kit. Put like a T40 turbo on it, but of course you'd have to give it a better exhaust. You'd have to give it a cold air, better intercooler. I think something sticking out the hood for the intake would probably be necessary, or run that tubing like on top of the hood, or like just leave the hood off. I don't know. So you get the heat, the intake from the intercooler less. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe a raised hood a little bit, or a cowl hood, just to cool off the intake tube for the engine. After it leaves the intercooler, you want to keep it cold as possible until it hits the intake. So I don't know. But yeah, maybe next show I'll show some Evo 5s. Let's 2025 Mitsubishi. Let's look at some images, guys. I don't know. Now that we're talking about cars, I haven't looked into this stuff at all, but in a long time. I don't look at much of nothing, but look at that. That just looks sick. I mean, the front grille could be a little different, but geez. Let's look at some images. That looks sweet. 2025. Look at that. Yeah, that could use some work right in here. But that's all upgrades and stuff. But yeah, there's that. And let's look at. So you like that Older version, huh? More boxier. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. 95 Civic. Yeah, the 95 Civic EG sedan. Not many mods. Open element, air filter, strut bars, stainless exhaust, JDM. Nice. Those, dude, like Civics are like um, they're like the all you can eat kind of like base of car because they make everything for that, man. You can make that 94 Civic look like one of these, you know what I mean? And like make it drive just like an Evo and it looks like a Civic. They make everything for Civics. Yeah, especially the rear view of those Evo 5s. That's the rear view. I don't know if I can see a picture of them. Oh, right here. No, that's not Evo. Yeah, it is. You like that look, huh? That looks. I like it. It looks kind of like halfway between a Beamer and an Evo in the back. But yeah, they're badass rally cars. That's your Evo 6. Kind of looks the same, but I think mine was the 2020. This is the last time I ever like kept up with it, but I like the front grille. I like this look right here for the Evos, like this. We'll see if it returns one day. I like the like smoother look on the edges, not so much boxier, but that's what I like. But it's the same engine, you know, just beefed. Maybe they got a sunroof now in it, but yeah, it would definitely have to get a wide body kit. It would. I want to get what kind of suspension, but yeah, really, it's really good suspension, anyways. But yeah, it's been so long. I'd have to. I had a whole build planned out in my early 20s, but then I kind of just gave up on it. That's the one I wanted in my early 20s. Those 4x4 vans are kind of cool. I like those. My muscle car, my favorite muscle car is a 68 or 71, 1971 Dodge Challenger. Those just look sick. And the purple, like right here, there you go. Yeah, that's my like muscle car I would get. That thing would have to get put in shows, but yeah, with the 446 pack, oh yeah, gas guzzling machine. I'd probably put slicks in the back, but I would probably want to keep it stock looking and everything. But that would be my dream muscle car, not the Chevelle or nothing, but yeah. But my imports, the Evo, and my American made, yeah, classic right there, man. I was to watch them tear up the WRC courses back in the day. Sweet. But like I think the Chargers too, like outblown, and the Chevelle is just like, it's all for the girls. I've always liked this one, man. For some reason, it just gives you that, yeah. What did I just do? Oh, there we go. 71 Plymouth GTX. Let's look at a 71 Plymouth GTX. 1970. I did it again, guys. 1971. I can't even spell, guys. Oh, sweet. Looks similar. It looks similar. Kind of in between like a Chevelle and a Challenger. In a sense. The front grille was basically changed. But yeah, that looks sick right there. That one. Green. You did a nice job on that. Yeah. That looks sweet. I like it. It's very close to both of those. Mopars are awesome, yeah. I'm definitely a 71 Challenger, man. And that purple haze, yeah. I went to a car show once, and that's what I wanted when I was a teenager until I saw the Evo and got into imports and stuff. Fast and the Furious kind of turned me on to the imports and stuff, but yeah. That one, I like them. Like, the reason why I like the newer Evos is because the back right here, this back lifts up and creates more of a spoiler and helps like hold the car down. The center of gravity of the car just force it to the ground before it hits the spoiler. It's sweet, but that just looks too futuristic. What if they made a Tesla that looked like one of these? It just looked so sick. Maybe they'll come out with like an electric version of them. But anyways. It's the Plymouth version of the Charger. Kind of looks like a Chevelle / Charger. But yeah, Plymouth is Dodge. So I met Chip Foos back in the car show. Chip Foos makes those rims and stuff like that. Yeah, he's a big guy in the classics. I only know of him in the car shows and stuff. Not like car shows like what you're talking about, but like on TV. His TV show and stuff. They made rims and whatnot. And he designed muscle cars for older people. But yeah, maybe in the future I'll get one of these. But I'm not really into it anymore. I'd rather build this. This is basically what I got right here. 1988 Jeep. This is what I got. 88 Jeep Comanche. I got a toolbox. I got a shell for the back. I got new rims and tires right now. I put a little bit of money into it, but mine's not lowered or nothing. Mine's got beefier tires. I want this stock bumper off. I want the rear bumper off. It needs an overhaul though, man. And still in the condition it's in, it's still worth quite a bit. But it's this color red. But the clear coats come off of it and everything. I got like a red primer stripe right here. And it's so versatile. I think this one, yeah, I almost thought that said Cherokee, but it says Comanche. I got the real badges. I don't have the stock rims though. Those all bent and just went to shit. But yeah. I mean, the 4-wheel drive still works and everything. I mean, it's cool. I think the back leaf springs went out because the canopy was on it all the time. I think the rings are starting to go out in it, or the exhaust starting to leak too much because when you put it to the floor, it's too lit. It doesn't have enough power and stuff. So yeah, definitely needs it. It's just parked right now. I even let the registration lapse on it. I'm still paying insurance. Maybe I should take it off, but it's only like $30 a month to keep it insured. But $30 is $30, man. But yeah, I just need to go. I really need to drive it up to the ranch and park it in the shop. But yeah, I used to go fishing on the back of that truck, man. Everywhere around here. So yeah, a little side rant there. You guys showed up for the crypto on the charts and ended with the Jeep Comanches and Evos and Challengers, huh? Yeah, it was Chip Foos. He's a legend for the muscle cars and stuff. Yeah. I think my mom used to live near the Bay Area or something, LA Bay Area. Knew a guy that knew him, but yeah. My dad used to flat track motorcycle race down in Sonora, and he got ran. This is like in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, and he got ran over with a flat track motorcycle, and broke his back, ruined his career, whole bunch of stuff. He was about to go pro, but yeah. Anyways, side rant. Anyways, yeah. guys, I think I've spent too much time. Pulsechain's going to go to the moon. Just bear with us. It looks like things are going to start going up. Then we're going to start getting these $2 bills paid to us. All right. Only from the troops. That's how that started. Be the light, whatever. Anyways, yeah. Thank you. Come again, guys. Thank you for watching. If you're on X or whatever, please go over to my YouTube and just subscribe and just leave it again. I see I got some grays. See how old I'm getting, guys? Anyways, at least you're getting to know me a little bit. Peace out.
No permissions, birth looked up, taking flight falling. Knows dissidence, balanced in dark and light. Steadying the agreeable index plate. Crypto tuning up, yup, keeping it right. Yup. The meme that's on the rise. Agreeable intense. One on a Pulsechain's pride. Opening those minds with all the positivity. Marching in its time. Cadence in the grind. Agree to disagree. Yup. I thought a tiny. Meet up, hits it right. Freedom and prosperity. The destination and the flight. Lighting up dad's farm. Opposed to that, nope. Rule. Firing up them charts. Yeah, flying straight and true. Wink at the foes, cheer at the woes. Yep, stack